not doing any twinning. We're going to go without crash helmets. So we're not going to be anywhere near any other drivers. So we're just going to go without crash helmets. And he's going to get a couple of laps in round here, and we're going to see how it goes. So he's in a 4-litre V8, 4.2 V8 Sora.
Warming it up a bit.
Warm it up.
Right, we'll do a different entry this time. Tires. Run about an entry like this one.
This sounds lovely. You don't get these noises in my MX-5.
What we do, we go long one end, short the other.
Yeah, okay.
In your MX-5, that's what you would try and do.
Yeah. You're going along this end.
This is on. Right, let's try again. Space.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. What the hell? You smacked that cone. Yeah?
Then you've got the wide end now, and you've got the build up of the red.
Yeah, yeah.
And then short this end.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I see, yeah.
We're not using a lot of red.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no! sounds beautiful. Has it just got a straight through exhaust or?
No.
Has it got any exhaust?
Full system.
Full system, wow.
John Denmark done the back boxes and stains it through.
Wow, sounds awesome.
That sounds nice.
It's interesting talking about the different lines there, the short and the long.
It makes sense.
It
I
does,
know we
yeah.
weren't experimenting very well.
Yeah, yeah, no, it does.
But you can see by going long down here, if you go short the other end, you're not on full belt trying to make the next corner.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
if you've got someone in a similar sort of car,
they can take a slightly wider line if you go shorter.
yeah, so they can go slightly wider and you can go underneath them, but you've still got like the proximity in a roundabout sort of way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do one more 360 on the turn to get one through the cone.
Is this the A-list? A group?
Yeah, that's why we keep out of the way.
Woohoo! Oh yeah. What? That is mad. What the hell? Blooming egg. This sounds so nice. Oh my word.
And everything's standard suspension.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's coilovers, minimals.
fantastic.
Come
Thank you
back
so,
when
thank you so much.
Come back when I've had a bit more practice and we do but that's more or less of giving you what can go
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
what can go right.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But it's
short to
interesting.
long.
I never even thought about that short to long as an idea. But again, if I came up with a twinning partner for the day, that would give me something to work on. And you could even do like undertakes, overtakes, let them chase, let you chase. If you went under and they went round, or you know.
Then you cut back underneath.
Exactly.
Again.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and the place to make the time up is on the actual kidney itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So if the lead car wants to swap and he deliberately goes wide, you go underneath and then you swap over for the next bend.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
I'll show you. It's easy to show you when you're here, but
yeah, yeah. No.
that long and short, you can do that on any circuit really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Depends what line you want. I mean, there's loads of ways of doing entries. All right, the 360s are a bit.
That was very show.
We don't really allow them here because if it goes wrong, you can hurt something.
Exactly. Yeah.
But,
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, she's done some miles.
Awesome. Right, I'm going to go out and finish my live video. Thank you so much.
Did that help? That's the point.
Yeah, yeah, it did. Yeah, yeah. It gave me something, you know, like otherwise it's a big space.
There's something else to think about.
Yes, and it gives you direction when there doesn't seem to be any direction. You can just go out there and free for all there. But
This is why I would rather tune on people that want to learn. And what I don't want to do, like when newbies go, oh yeah, I've got to pull the handbrake, I've got to do it. No, you haven't.
no.
If you can't enter without using the handbrake, let's get that first.
Yeah, yeah.
Use the handbrake to slow yourself down, or left foot brake like we did up the top there,
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
nose in, stuff like that. They go some places and they want to do everything all like. The Indians are wonderful.
The what, sorry? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, we'll speak about that after. Yeah. Thank you so much. Right, going back out. This is what we've been in. This monster sounds so nice.
That's why she was lively. It's been on the canvas for that last 4 hours.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
There you go. So that was the A-listers, the A-laners, and we're going to the B-laners coming in a sec. Moving around the track just to give a different vantage point and get the sun behind me so we're not so silhouetted. And we'll see what happens with the B-laners in a moment. But that was really cool getting in there with Malks and him talking me through different ways you can get around the track, because it all looks a bit wide and difficult to work out a plan when you're going around, other than just basically continuously drifting. But going wide on a corner and then going short on the next corner gives you some direction of how to tackle the track. And if you're with a twin buddy that's maybe faster or slower than you, you can do a bit of overtake, undertake on each lap or every other lap, so you can get a bit more lead and chase going and make it a bit more interesting than just going around on your own. So that was the A-lane drivers. The A-lane drivers. Correction, that was the B-lane drivers. B-lane drivers aren't supposed to twin. They're not allowed to twin. They're just doing solo runs at the same time on track. Now come the A-lane drivers. So we should see some close twinning from these guys. We've got Callum Randall, one of my Ebisu travel partners, who's going out on track. Callum! 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 He's not looking at me. So we've got the legends all coming out together in the A lane. So these are going to be doing some close twinning. Woo-wee! Ba 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 ba! Callum! Callum's deaf. He's got his helmet on. Here we go. So let's see what these legends can produce. We're going to see some serious trains here. Woo-wee! Here we go! What? Well, that was blooming hectic. So we've got the B lane drivers coming out onto the track now. God, that was very fast and furious. And not just the stickers on the green E36. There's a lot going on there. We've got the Chrysler Crossfire coming out on track for this B lane session where they're not going to be doing any twinning. But the Silver Touring E36, Silver Compact, and E46 RKD one. So if you're just watching the live stream, this is Norfolk Arena. It's a drift day here, organised by Malks and Minnie and the rest of the Norfolk Arena drift team crew. They put them on about once a month. You can find out details for when they're on the Norfolk Arena drift team fan page on Facebook. You can sign up for a day. I think it's £75 for a driver. £25 extra for the second driver. Spectators getting for free. And passenger rides all day is just £10. Well worth it. That white E36 doing really, really well. Very consistent. So that's the end of the B lane session. So just to recap, the B lane, they're not allowed to do any twinning, just solo runs on the track at the same time. But as you saw from the footage just then, there's quite a lot of dodging other cars that are spun out. So it works on your reactions to avoid an accident as well in the B lane, which will come in handy when you're in the A lane, when you get a little bit more happy to do some close twinning. Maybe if you've got a trailer with you and if you have any problems with your car, you can get it home easily. And if you want to run in the A lane but don't want to do any twinning, you can put a cross on the back windscreen of your car, and it just tells the other drivers to stay away from you, give you a little bit of room, because you want to keep your car nice, or maybe you've got to get home in it, or you just don't want to do any twinning. But you can still have a nice run on track with less people spinning out in front of you if you're consistent enough yourself, and they'll let you go in the A lane but not doing any twinning. But let's face it, it's all about twinning. So really, if you get in the A lane, you probably want to do some twinning. And we'll see what these guys do in this session. Lee, you're right. Lee, Crilly, you're right. Real men do drive their car to the drift track. I had an accident at Birmingham Wheels one time that kind of dissuaded me from driving to the track. I tapped the wall and dented the rear quarter on the silver MX-5, and then from that moment on I thought, do you know what, it'd be a little bit easier if I trailered it, so I went and become a trailer queen. And then I started going to Teesside. In fact, I'd driven to Teesside with the car with the wheel strapped to the boot before, but then when you've got a trailer, I actually was at Teesside and the power steering pipe blew on the car and showered the engine bay with oil and meant that I had no power steering as I was going around turn 1 on the national circuit, and it was pretty scary. And I just drove the car back into the pits and drove it straight on the trailer. And obviously could have driven it home with no power steering, but it was just nice to be able to put it on the trailer. Well, the checker flag. Looks like Spaniel is out on track again. Spaniel is in the house, in the building. Gonna be getting on doors. Looks like he's gonna be getting on this guy's door. These guys are gonna be getting on each other's doors. We have the A lane into house. awesome. We've got a red flag for some reason. Don't know what's going on. Maybe someone's got pulled off in a compact for some reason. Maybe he's dropping some fluid, or for some reason he's had to go off. Now the rest of them are being told to go. So I think this is the B lane drivers this time. So the B lane drivers at Norfolk are not going to be doing any twinning, just getting some practice in. Maybe they drove their car here, maybe they're good at skidding, they drove their car here and they don't want to end up in a collision because they've got to drive home, or maybe they don't feel they're confident enough to go out with the A lane cars where there's a lot of twinning. So they're sticking to the B lane, working on their skills and having some fun, some seat time. And the drivers in the B lane can start drifting at a very young age, under 18. So some of these guys might be 16 or even younger. And again, some seat time, which is fantastic. Right, so that's the end of the B lane session, where they're not twinning, they're just going around solo runs. It might be because they're in their daily drifter, which they need to drive on the road and get home in. It might just be that they like their car, they don't want to end up in a bit of an accident if they're trying to do some close twinning and someone makes a mistake, or they may make a mistake. Or maybe they just don't feel confident, or maybe they don't feel they're good enough. So the A-lane drivers are about to come out. These guys are good. We should see some close twinning, lots of action, door-on-door action. And my advice, if you were thinking about coming to Norfolk Arena, is come with a twinning buddy who you can just basically go around with all day, working on your lead and chase, working on your timing, your muscle memory, getting these transitions sorted, so you don't have to think about it. It's just literally second nature. And this is an ideal place to do that. Let's check out the action. That was a bit close. That was some good trains there. Very cool. Now switching it back to the B lane. give you a quick 360 of Norfolk Arena. So it's a shale kind of oval that we use in the infield, which is concrete, I believe. And the guy's going round. Got a big stand over here. It is wet. It has been wet today, but as you can see, the surface they're drifting on is bone dry. It's just when they get on the shale that's sort of swiped to the side of the track, you get a bit slippery. Well, that's the end of the B lane session. So the A lane drivers are going to be coming out in a second, and we should see some pretty cool drift trains. Let's see what happens. Who have we got here? If I was really good, I'd know everyone's names. but I don't know everyone's name. We'll just call them the pink car, the blue and white BMW, the silver E46, E36 with fenders. Right, if you've made it this far, you are a legend. I'm going to knock the live video on the head because my arms are nearly falling off and my hands are cold, but I've tried to give you a bit of an insight into Norfolk Arena drift days. You can check out the Norfolk Arena Drift Team fan page, Facebook page, for details on when the next one is. So give it a search. NADT is another thing you can search for on Facebook to find out details about these days. And then you can message. I think you can even just turn up on the day and sign on. But be prepared. If you did turn up on the day, it might be fully booked. So try and get in touch with them. Mounts and Mini are the two main people to get into contact with about the event. You can find them MALX and MINNIE. You can get them on Facebook. Send them a message. Find out all you need to know about rules, sign on, what you need for your car, etc. But come get involved. This is a really cool venue that does a lot for grassroots drifting, allows people to drift at a young age, which is a very important way of getting people into it early so their skills improve very quickly throughout their drifting career, let's say. A lot of foreign drivers starting off at an early age, Ricky Nakamura, Hiro Manoa, even like Jack Shanahan. I remember when he was drifting in the UK in 2010, Drift All Stars. I can't remember how old he was, and even James Dean was over at the same time. So getting involved with drifting at an early age is the way forward for the future of drifting, and this is a venue where you can come and do it. Not many do allow it in the UK, so find out about it. You can drift at a very young age here, all fully legal, insured and everything. It's not something that's untoward. Come and find out about it. Come here with your twinning buddy if you know what you're doing already. Just practice your twinning techniques, transitions, your timing. If you're learning drifting and want some seat time, especially over the winter, it's a great venue. Look out for the details online. Thank you very much for watching. Please give us a subscribe if you fancy. Thank you very much. Bye bye.